Hey guys, welcome to my kitchen once more. Today I'm gonna be cooking one of my favorites. It's dal, rice, and bhaji. I really like dal, and ever so often it gets hard to get it the way I want it to get. It takes a little longer to make. For some of you that are presenting or trying to cook this, it might take a little longer based on the peas that you have. Or what I do is I soak the peas overnight, and that helps it to cook even faster. So it might take you an hour and a half depending on what kind of peas you have. But let me prep up and I'll get right back to you again with everything ready to go.
The rich will be made poor and the sluggards entertained with that whiskey, wine, and romance that the body can't maintain. I'm walking through the fire.
So today I have the split peas or dal, yellow goya. I used 3/4 of this bag. I soaked for about 8 hours. I'm gonna fill this up to 3/4 of the pot, and I'm gonna let it boil. Remember, this meal takes as long as this gets done. It probably takes like 90 minutes to get done through prep and cook time. As you can see, I fill it up. It's warm water, as high as I possibly can. I'm gonna put this on. I like the stove. Alright, I'm gonna start it off by covering it so it can boil fast. But as soon as it comes to a boil, I'll take the cover off. Started it off on pretty high heat. Yes, so I have a couple onions. I'm using both onions for my dal and my spinach. I know there's like a bunch of different varieties of spinach. There's like 10 different varieties. Use whatever you have. I grew up using dasheen leaves spinach to make bhaji, but I can't seem to find that in the US. So I have some jeera. I'm gonna need that. I have like about a head of garlic, almost a head of garlic. I need a whole piece. I need a couple whole pieces, and I need grated. We talked about the onion. I have turmeric. So to begin off, as soon as that comes to a boil, I'm gonna put that in there. I have a hot pepper that's been out, and we need rice because we're gonna eat this. It's rice, dal, and bhaji. Some water for my rice. I have 1.5 cups of rice. I have about 3 cups of water. I steam rice. I don't boil rice. So that's a whole different class by itself. I love coconut oil. Got the fan on. Oh, I like my aromatics in first. Fire is pretty high. You don't want to burn them, because the worst thing to have is burned garlic. Not only does it get black, and eating it, it makes your food bitter. You definitely do not want that. So handle in so that I don't kill myself. I'm gonna use about 1/4 of this, and about 1/4 of this, half of this onion, 1/4 of the garlic in here. Yeah, don't worry. You know the saying, dry down like bhaji. This is where it comes from. It only looks like a lot when it's getting sauteed. After that, dry down like bhaji. Alright, so we're checking this out. And that is beginning to boil. So, when it comes to boil, make sure you take it off. You take off the cover. For your safety and for mine. Now you can add the jeera. I have 1 teaspoon of jeera. Turmeric. I have 1 teaspoon of turmeric. The jeera comes later. And low down the fire so that you're not boiling over. You want to lower that to like medium heat. I have that on high so it can come to a boil, and then you lower it down so it can work its magic. What else goes in here? I want my onions to cook with it, so I leave my onions. I put my onions in there and let it do its thing. So we have turmeric, and we have onions, and we have half of this garlic. Oh, this is a meal that takes a lot of garlic, people. If you don't like garlic, you just use less, but it does take a lot of garlic here. So it's dry down like Bhaji. And we got what we don't want to get. Make sure you add your salt. I need black pepper, so I had black pepper. And I had some salt. Salt is the king of the kitchen. Watch it with the salt, because spinach, because it dries down and it cooks so fast. Alright. Turn that bad boy on low. And cover. Alright, our rice water is boiling back here. So you're gonna add the rice and turn down the fire. So you gotta smush. Smush, smush, smush. And then keep smushing, guys. So my fire in the back here, fire in the back is on 7 if you have a stove that goes from high to low, from 9 to 1 in that order. It's on the 7, boiling that split peas. This Bhaji is on 3, and we're smushing. So we have all the aromatics, and you know, you got to play with it so that it comes out like Bhaji. And we did a lot of smushing. Alright, I'm going to taste it to see how it tastes. See if it needs any more salt. Oh, that's so yummy. That is quite yummy. But yeah, this took about 20 minutes to make. It's done. I'm just going to take off the fire. Cover that down. And my rice, if you have a stove like mine, it's on 3. I'm just going to switch this over so that that's closer. Oops. And it's going to go right in this spot here, so closer to me. My rice is almost ready to go. So yeah, see that? I have been steaming rice. So like I do, I test the rice for the most part. And you want to squish it down. It's not ready yet. So I'm gonna leave that on low and let that finish simmer. Sometimes I take shortcut with this split peas, with this dal. I'll when I see it's bursting like this, see how this time it's split. Yeah, I'll use an immersion blender and I'll fasten up the process if I'm feeling good lazy. But yeah, so the rice has about 4 or 5 minutes, and that has a good way to go to get to the point that I want it to get to. So yeah, there goes your rice for you. Nice, custardy, flaky, perfection. So we're waiting on that bad boy. Okay, so I brought it up in my favorite spot, and I'm gonna give it a little bit of help. So this is an immersion blender. So I use this for my callaloo sometimes. So you put it immersed, and so I will help that dal get to the point that it needs to get to, so that I can finish it out real quick. Alright, so I think that is where all the peas are smooth. Yep, pretty much. So this is what you want it. You want your dal. This is the consistency you want your dal to be at, where all the peas is nice. But you need vegetable oil, about 2 tablespoons, and you need the pot to be nice and hot, and you need some garlic like this, like one clove, and you need that to burn. It's where all the flavor is. Oh, don't let me wait till that pot is nice and hot. You can add the rest of the aromatics. You can add your pepper in your dal. If you want to add some more water, if it's a little too thick, some nice hot water in there. Remember, don't add cold water in your peas. I like, of course, I love fine thyme. My grandmother grew it in her yard, so I always have fine thyme in my food. I keep it in the freezer so that it doesn't dry out so fast. But yeah, I put a piece in there, and I put the rest of my garlic in there. That's the fresh garlic that we didn't use half of. So when the pot is almost, because you want those, you know what I'm saying? You want those in there. And remember I had some jeera. So the jeera goes in here. So that's gonna give your dal the absolute best flavors on the planet. So we always burn this. Anywhere I have seen this dish made, chunky in is just a part of this dish. If nobody chunkies, then I don't know what you made. You must have made soup. So then you can remove it, or you can leave it in. I'll leave it in, and then I'll fish it out of that, and then you put your jeera. So I had 1 teaspoon of jeera in there, and the jeera is going to give you even more flavor, and then you can turn your stove right off, and then you add that to your pot in the bag. But get ready, because then it does a dance. Okay? And that's how you get jeera into that dal. A little thing again. Just a little thing again to bring him in. Alright, so yeah. Okay. And that right there, people, is how you make dal. So guys, it's presentation time. Yeah, I got rice, I got dal, I got bhaji. Yeah. So yeah. Alright. I don't eat a lot. I do go back for dal though. I love dal. Love dal. But yes. So I left my pepper in. I just like it to sit in there. But yeah. And this is just for your eyes. People, it doesn't have a place on the planet that I can tell you about, but Bhaji on 100. That's in your mouth business. I can't talk all day, I can't talk. But anyway, you know, I try to keep it honest all the time, as much as possible. Yeah. So the bhaji, you could do with a little more salt. If you like salt, yeah, do your thing. But this food, is off the chain. Anyway, long story short, so tips to consider. The length of time that it might take to do this is like 90 minutes, so that's an hour and about 15 minutes. And if you don't have an immersion blender, just bear with your dal. It might be cooking for a while. Yeah, they need my stuff done. Yeah, so it might be cooking for a while. But yeah, so enjoy the cook. If you're making this meal, you're not having a dinner party. You're gonna be on for a while with your dal. It's great. It's a great meal. It keeps you full. Dal is good for you. It's brain food. So yeah, go ahead, try this. If you like this video, hit me up with a like. Subscribe for the next video. See you guys next time.